Welcome to the Look Good Move Well podcast.
Yeah, so we've talked about wraps.
Yeah.
Things that you can wrap. But let's focus on the California wrap. The the wrap that everybody knows really comes from California, which is the burrito.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
And there are very strong feelings, especially in the Bay Area. I'm sure in other parts of California as well. But like, there are very strong opinions about the best burritos, who makes them, what qualifies, how dry or wet your burrito should be.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, let's start with what's the most important part about a burrito?
What? The wrapping technique?
This is more of like what's your preference? What do you think matters the most?
Oh, what do I think? Okay, well, my ideal burrito is made by Gordo Taqueria in San Francisco. And I would say it has like a pretty hefty dose of sour cream.
Oh my God, I love this.
But they take like, okay, the wrapping technique is very solid, where you get like a really good relationship to tortilla and ingredients the whole way through. That's quite important.
That's key.
Yeah, that's key. You don't want to end up with like a dry bite of rice like on some end where like all of the good stuff is like buried in the middle. I'll go pinto or black beans.
Yep.
I like it both ways. I like some chicken in there, some steak.
Yep.
I'm pretty flexible on like the proteins and the combination of things, but like the one thing that I know this is sacrilegious, but I don't do well with a lot of salsa because I have that gene that makes cilantro taste like soap. So if there's like a tiny bit of cilantro in the salsa, then it can just ruin the whole burrito for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Cilantro's amazing to me. My dad's kind of like that, though.
Yeah.
I'm not kind of. He is like that. He's got the gene.
Yeah.
For those of you who just listening and not watching on YouTube, I was just macking on a burrito while we were talking. That's why
A giant burrito.
A good burrito. Yeah, I was gonna say like the evenness of ingredients throughout. It's like, where's the chicken? Or where's the this? It's like it's got to be in every bite, ideally.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I think the tortilla itself makes a big difference. Yeah.
And having the warm steamed tortilla.
Gordo does that well.
Yeah, you cannot do like a dry burrito.
Have I told you my college Gordo story?
No.
Oh my God. That's why when you said like Gordo Taqueria is your favorite, because they have them in a few cities. There's one in Berkeley, or right on the border of Berkeley and Oakland.
Do you know how many Gordo burritos I've eaten in my life? Like a lot. I used to live right near there, so.
Oh, do you know how many I've eaten? Okay, I'll take it right back. Freshman year in college.
Okay.
On the soccer team. I've told my soccer story there, but I was kind of like black sheep's not the right word, but I was kind of like, if you've seen the movie Rudy.
I have not.
Do you know the story of Rudy?
No.
Oh, damn. Well, listeners do, so I'll do a very condensed version.
Okay, I can Google it later.
Yeah. Underdog kid, barely could, like, just kind of the runt of the pack. Wanted to play college football, never really could. Got a job at Notre Dame, worked kind of as like a maintenance guy, but like cared so much about the football team. Finally got like a chance to like play on the Notre Dame team, like, because he worked super hard. He always would try out every year. They finally gave him a shot, and then like just was like the hustler, the guy that just did everything was. And then he finally got in for like his final game and like got to play, you know, and it was like, it's just underdog story. I was kind of like that in college soccer. I like had to like walk on, like had to like work my ass off, like more than everybody else, like was doing all the extra chores, was just always like the just going the extra mile kind of kid.
Yeah.
And I was a goalkeeper. And so we had 5 goalies my freshman year.
Wow.
That's insane for
a lot of goalies.
Yeah.
Really heavily guarded goal there.
Yeah. And I was in the low tier of that.
Okay.
But the starting goalie, Josh Saunders, who ended up going on to have a pretty great career in the MLS for the LA Galaxy. He was great, and he was a good dude, and I think he just really liked me. Like he just kind of like, oh, I want to like be friends with this kid, or like, you know, show him the ropes, like kind of welcome him in.
Yeah.
And so, and I was so thankful for that, because like Josh and these 3 other guys that were all upperclassmen, juniors and seniors, they lived in a house, and I was living in the dorms, and they like for whatever reason, that first semester, really most of this first year, they would go to Gordo 5 nights a week for dinner, and they would swing by and pick me up, and I would get to go with them.
Aww.
So it was like Gordo brings me back to that time of my life.
Yep.
It was and for whatever reason, we would get the boiled chicken.
Yeah.
They do the boiled chicken.
I know. Yeah, that's good.
I would always get sour cream. I would get the super burrito, so it would have all the extras.
Super. Yep.
Super, and I ate 1, if not 2 of those a night for like an entire semester without fail. And it was like my favorite time of the day, because I was like getting to hang out with the upperclassmen, and we developed a really good relationship. And it was just super burritos. And you remember my abdominis phase.
Yeah.
This coincided a little bit with my
Gotcha.
abdominis phase.
I was just thinking about like how many calories is in a super burrito.
Many. It has to be like a 1,200 calorie burrito.
Yeah. And it's enormous.
It's so big.
I can't believe you could eat 2 of
chips
those.
And the soda that I would drink
Oh,
on the
I
side
love the
with that.
chip. Oh, yeah.
I was not getting diet beverages back then either.
No, because they have the Doritos sodas there.
Yeah. So
Okay, yeah.
I was putting down a few thousand calories at Gordo Burrito every night.
Nate's nodding in the back. Nate knows the joy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've recently reintroduced burritos into my meal prep in a way that is more suitable to my lifestyle now, and I can have them frequently. I've got these.
There's a low-cal version of everything.
There is a lower-cal, high-protein version, and it is just, I'm so joyful these days. I'm eating a burrito or 2 a day.
That's really good. I would like to reintroduce my favorite wrap, which, I mean, I love a burrito. That's really high up there, but like probably my ultimate wrap is the shawarma. So yeah.
There's good flavors there.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. All right. So it's holiday season
It
for
is.
a lot of people, a
Yeah.
lot of listeners.
Yeah.
And holiday season can derail a lot of people's health and fitness progress, as evidenced by one of the top New Year's resolutions for every single person being, I want to get back in shape, or I want to do something to offset what just happened over the last 45 to 60 days.
We are definitely entering I will start in January territory.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're already having internal discussions on the team. People are going to say that they aren't ready to start and they're going to wait till January, right? It's like, okay, so today we want to make this episode about giving some tools, a little mindset or framework to think about the holidays. This has certainly been done every single year for the past several decades. Like fitness coaches, like, hey, here's your holiday hack. Here's how you're going to do the thing. And, we might talk on some of those today, but I don't want this to be like, so this is how you hack the system. It's like,
No.
This has got to be a mindset conversation. Like, what are you doing when you enter into this period of the year?
Yeah. And like, what is the difference between people who reach January and they're like, oh yeah, like that went better than I thought, versus like, oh, like I have sincere regrets.
Right. That's what what's the plan to get to January without massive regret about your choices?
Yeah. And then while also being super realistic, because I think that a lot of people just assume that fit people have no joy during the holidays and like, just like what, like don't eat any cookies the whole 2 months or like, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what people think fit people do, but it's probably something different than what they think regular people do. And there may be more similarities than you think.
Yeah. And I think that the all or nothing mentality is something that a lot of people adopt in health and fitness.
Yeah.
Mostly just because they've never been introduced or had an experience where they could be quote unquote all in, but still enjoy some pleasures of life that they have in the past deemed off limits.
Yeah.
Right. So so if you have that, so first off, if you're heading into the holiday season with an all or nothing mentality, that is probably that's the mindset that's the riskiest.
Yes.
Because I can guarantee you're not going to go all in for the holidays. The idea that you're like, okay, my plan is to just not indulge for these 2 months. It's like you've probably had enough fails at that to recognize that that's not a realistic approach. And so all you're left with now is, oh, well, November, December, I'm just going to send it and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just
start in January.
yeah, I'll just do the thing again, you know? And if you're really honest with yourself, look at the past 5 to 10 Januaries and ask yourself, are you starting every year at the same place, or are you actually slowly regressing or seeing your fitness, your health, your body weight creep up year after year, right? Because it's like, okay, November, January were a mess. I mean, November and December were a mess. I recommitted on January. I got back to where I was before. November, December are a mess. January starts again. I recommit. I get back, but not all the way to where I was before. November, December are a mess. I come back into January, and then each January, it's a little bit worse than before. Yeah. And you start to realize, like, oh, you know what? Like, the cost of me having this all or nothing mentality is that while I'll get myself back on track in January because I have shown myself that I can do that, or I'll get myself back on track by June, whatever month it is, there's a steady creep in the wrong direction. And so I think it's important before you even talk about, like, well, how do I get through Thanksgiving? How do I get through Christmas and New Year and Hanukkah and all the different celebrations and parties and, you know, work events that I'm going to be invited to, and like school parties and friend parties and whatever. It's like, what is the trajectory of this path that I've been on for several years, many years, of I go into the holidays and I think I'm an all or nothing person, and it's definitely not an all, you know, phase of the year. So I'm just a nothing, and I'm going to let this really fall apart.
Yeah. And I think it's important to say right out of the gate that, like, people who have been on a fitness journey for a while successfully, one difference is that I'm going to include myself in this bucket. Like, I'm still fully planning on having like some regression over probably November, December, possibly January, because I can already tell that the weather's getting dark. My cravings for comfort foods are going up. I'm planning to do some baking and some holiday meals with my kids. Like, I know there will be things that I'm going to want to indulge in, and that there are likely going to be days when I'm not going to hit my calorie target. But I think one difference is that the opposite of what you were saying happens, where instead of every year it gets a little bit worse, I'm slipping a little bit more. It's actually that I've built a foundation. And so every year it's a little bit easier to get back. I haven't slipped as far. My baseline feels more attainable. I'm more familiar with the habits and the structure that I need in place to just like easily bounce back from anything where I may have overindulged.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what does, you know, if you were just like to put some metrics and some numbers to it, like you said, I know that I'm likely going to regress some in the next 2.5 months. Mm-hmm. What does that actually look like?
Like potentially gaining, I don't know, 2-3 pounds that I might not have otherwise gained. Mm-hmm. Potentially like having some days where I just sort of skip tracking, but then kind of come back to it, you know, 2-3 days later. Mm-hmm. Potentially having some like days that I actually like, if I have it together, you know, I might actually plan to overindulge a bit and just be like, yeah, like this is going to be Thanksgiving and I'm just going to eat whatever I want, you know, and like understand that like the day after Thanksgiving, I have a plan to, you know, kind of get it back together. So I think it looks like, you know, probably a little bit of slippage in my body composition. We'll see what actually happens, but I'm sort of allowing myself like a small margin for that. Mm-hmm. And some like either unintentional or intentional days when I'm like not going to hit my calorie targets, and then sort of having a loose plan to, make that up on other days.
And do you see your activity or your training changing in that time?
No, I don't. I mean, my training has been consistent 4 days a week for years and years and years. Like there's no difference in how I'm going to approach training.
Okay. And then maybe like shorter days, darker days, you're going to get as much activity in, you're going to get your steps in.
I still plan to hit my step count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have a reasonable step count.
Yeah, my step count is 8,000 a day, which I can get just like walking around my house if I'm conscious about it. I don't have to go for a long hike or like carve out an hour, or,
Yeah.
It's like I just need to kind of like set up my laundry where I can do a lap and fold.
Yeah.
That's my hack.
Got it.
You want the holiday hacks? Fold your laundry while walking in circles around your house.
There you go. All right. So I wanted you to walk through that and put some actual precision to or some clear,
Yeah.
numbers and data to that, because I think most people listening, if they've ever had struggles in the holiday, they hear like 2-3 months of being more relaxed and only gaining 2 to 3 pounds. Like what?
like sign me up.
Yeah. It's like, how? Right. I think, I'd be curious to know, like, what is the average weight gain for an American, like from, Halloween through,
January. Yeah.
Like the second week in January after they finally cleared out all like the New Year's and holiday, food.
Yep.
It's probably not 2 pounds. That's for sure. So, and yeah, like you have a system for holding yourself accountable to that. Like, how are you going to make sure that that doesn't turn into 6 pounds or 7 pounds?
Yeah, I think that it's helped to have, this is something that you suggested to me a while ago, where I was expressing that, like, some days I'm just like really not feeling the tracking thing. And you're like, that's fine. Just like, don't go more than, I don't know what you said, 2 days, 3 days before you like get back on it. And that's been actually like a really reasonable system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I usually say like, well, for certain behaviors, it's like, it's okay to miss, just don't make it 2 days, or it's okay to miss, just don't make it 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
It's like, if you miss a day, then make sure the next 3 days you're back on it. Like a 1-to-3 ratio of however long you were off to back on. And if you can kind of use those two as like guardrails, then guess what? Like, what do the holidays really look like? It looks like maybe 5 total events, or 5 total days. And I think that's one of the areas that people slip, is like, I'm all or nothing. Then one, party on a Friday can bleed into just a weekend that's just kind of a mess. And then it's followed up by another event like midweek the next week. And you're like, well, I'm already off track, and I know I'm going to be off. There's no point in cleaning things up now because I can't go back all in. And that's how November, December turn into, of the 31 days that are in those 2 months, 61 days that are in those 2 months, that's how 35 of them can be really bad for people, is just letting one event bleed into the next event that's 5 days away, or the next the holiday dinner or the family trip or whatever that's a week and a half away. It's like, wow, there's no point in getting back on track with what I'm doing, because it's just going to get derailed in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. So I may as well continue to, eat like a toddler with a credit card.
Yeah. Yes, that's such a good analogy.
That's also not mine.
No.
That was Mike Sirocco. Thank you for that. I've used that so many times.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's so good.
I think as the years have gone on, every year, like, I also kind of get a little bit more skilled in how I approach these things. I was thinking about how I have certain things that I eat that are sort of like rituals for me. Like my morning coffee, I've been really like religious about whole milk, like 8 ounces of whole milk in the morning. And I just work around that because that's like my ritual.
You put 8 ounces of milk in your coffee?
Is this news to you? You've had access to my nutrition logs.
8 ounces, that's a cup.
I have 2 lungos spread out
Okay.
Each one with 4 ounces of milk in it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a little mini. Like,
I'm just kind of understanding. Are we drinking coffee flavored milk, or are we drinking coffee with milk?
I really enjoy
A lot of milk.
like
Okay.
a latte situation.
Yeah. Got it. But you're not steaming this milk, are you?
I am steaming.
Oh,
it.
you are?
Yeah.
Like you have like a frother
I have a steamer.
steamer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So
Got
it's a Lungo.
Yep.
With 4 ounces of steamed milk.
Like it. I like it. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. But if I
Sorry to get off track there. That's just. Yep. We're good. I'm back.
Are you judging me?
Nope. Nope.
Are you sure?
Are you on the Go Mad diet? What's going on here?
I love milk.
I love milk. Gallon of milk a day. Gains.
Okay, but recently I've discovered that if I am planning to have, for example, like a Cinnabon style cinnamon roll that I baked, it's like quite a number of calories in it. It's like, okay, like I'm planning for that, and then I can swap in the 2% and get a significant leg up on my day.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like,
Well, God forbid you go black with their coffee. Like
that's not going to happen. Okay. I know myself, and we'll give it 10 years, but I don't think non-fat milk is going to happen either. But that might mean a little, like other people might be like, yeah, non-fat milk, no sweat. Skip the milk, no problem.
Yeah.
But like just being aware of the places where you actually have room to make adjustments, and you don't actually, I did a taste test and the 2% was fine. I didn't actually,
Got it.
miss it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's day-to-day strategies. There's, month-long mindset strategies that we're talking about here, but we can get into the day-to-day strategies, or the actual, like, how do you, I think one more mindset, or sort of like approach to talk about, is that I think it's important to have really clear guardrails around when you're going to give yourself grace to eat all the things and do the, enjoy yourself. Right. I mean, I've already addressed that a little bit, like these events bleeding into days afterwards. But, we do Thanksgiving this year at my brother's house. We go down to their house, and let's put it this way. It's not the safest kitchen for somebody who really likes food. There's every manner of like thing to eat that looks delicious around there.
Yep.
There's not just the Thanksgiving meal, but they will
snacks.
They will roll out snacks, appetizers, and there will be probably 7 different types of pie, and there will be cookies, and there'll be things that are just like constantly being placed in, within arm's reach. And so I know that, like, okay, we're going to go to their house. We're going to stay down near them for 2 nights. But like, okay, when I walk into that house, like, what are my guardrails? Like, I want to enjoy some pie. I want to enjoy all of the side dishes that go along with the turkey.
Yeah, you do.
And they usually do have some killer appetizers that are going on there. So, but I know we're going to come back to their house in the morning for, meet up with the family, maybe go for a walk. Like, all the pies are still going to be out. Like, all the things are going to be there.
They're
like,
still there.
They're still all there. So it's like, I know that having a strategy going in is valuable. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to enjoy this on Thanksgiving for the Thanksgiving meal. But like, once that's done, like, and we're hanging around on the couch and we're watching the football game or whatever's going on, like, I don't need it to just, it's not this all or nothing thing. Like, I know I'm going to have, something delicious in the next 5 days. I know that, going back to our bagel conversation from last episode, our last banter topic, I've been eating bagels like 3, 4, 5 days a week. And like, that's super enjoyable and indulgent to me. Like, I am not in an all or nothing mindset because I incorporate these things regularly, and I don't need to go into Thanksgiving dinner being like, oh, this is my one chance to rip on apple pie, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, and then take shots of like, whipped cream in my mouth from the can. Like, I'll let my kids do that if they want to try that.
Yeah. And, I'd like to hear also like how you advise your clients going into these situations. And like, I think it is super informative to hear how real people do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like a bit of a mystery.
Yeah. I mean, the advice that I'm giving and talk about with clients, we have a community call for the Platinum Coaching clients tomorrow. We'll make this the kind of, topic, but, events, it's like, I don't care how, thoughtful you are about what you're choosing to, you always overeat in these instances. Mm-hmm. Like you're trying things, you didn't prepare them. Most delicious things that you want to serve at a party are not calorie friendly for good reason. Like it doesn't taste as delicious and it's not as comforting as this, right? It's not the point. So, days like that, always go into it with like, don't starve yourself in the morning. Yeah. That's a terrible idea. Yep. Like, I'm just not going to eat until I get to Thanksgiving meal. Right. I guarantee you are very capable of eating 5,000 calories, 6,000 calories in one sitting in one evening if you set yourself up with a lot of hunger. So it's like earlier in the day, lots of protein, lots of lean protein, and some fiber if you can get it in. Lots of lean protein. So breakfast is lean protein and fiber. We usually don't sit down to like Thanksgiving dinner till like 3, maybe 4 for our family. So we'll do a protein and fiber snack in the middle of the day. And then that way I've hit 120 grams of protein before I ever get there, but I've minimized like my total calories for the day. I'm just sticking to the simple things. So that means I don't approach this evening fasted and just ravenous. Like I've had calories and I've had lots of protein and I've gotten fiber into my system and I've filled myself up with lots of fluids. I've hydrated a ton and now I go in and my appetite and my satiety is at a reasonable place. Yeah. And then go into the meal and my likelihood of not over consuming has gone up considerably because I prepared. Yeah. The other thing is like, I know a lot of people are like, I want to go and do like a super hard workout on Thanksgiving. Okay. I'm not telling you not to do that. However, when you go and train super hard on Thanksgiving Day, because you want to burn off the calories or like burn some calories before you go eat, it will spike your hunger and you'll go in and mash way more than you would have if you had just gone for a long walk. So I'm more of a fan of like plan a long walk or maybe a couple long walks or like go on a long morning walk at a moderate intensity, have your Thanksgiving meal and then grab a few people, go for a 30-minute walk right after the meal to help digest and to just get away from the food. And if you have any control over the environment, just clean up the kitchen as soon as the thing is done so that there's not just delicious things, looking at you in the face until 10 p.m. once you're wrapping up the night. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And how about like through sort of the holiday months, because it's dark out, it's cold, there's lots of baking happening just on off days. Mm-hmm. What are some more general strategies for kind of getting through those months? Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear what your strategies are, because you do a lot more baking than I do. I do a lot of baking. You do a lot of baking. I mean, I think it's recognizing that like you're introducing a threat by having, a desire to do more baking, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has to not happen. Like yeah, and it's something that I really value because it brings my kids a lot of joy. It brings me joy to make things for them. And it's not something where I'm like looking to eliminate baking over the holidays from my life because I want to be a fit person. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, this is where I want people to be able to arrive at this time of year with a clear understanding of how these types of foods can fit into their overall health and fitness and nutrition plan. Yeah. Because there will be nights or meals where we indulge and I don't track everything, but there are going to be cookies that are going to get made, and I'm going to know, like, okay, I'm just going to log that cookie that I had. And I'm going to have logging is just it's just a tool to raise awareness.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's, if you look at this time of year compared to other times of year, like lack of awareness through these next 2 months usually has a much worse outcome in terms of like overindulging than other months of the year. So it's just a period of time where it can be really good to just be accountable to like the numbers or the data or like what you're actually putting into your body. Like what awareness do you have of like, do you know that you just had like 3 cookies and a piece of pie and that was like 1,500 calories and you did it like 3 days this week kind of thing. It's like, oh, I'm just going to have a cookie. Oh, let's have another cookie. And then they're still around and then tomorrow's like, oh, I'll have another cookie. And then it's like, it's not unreasonable for people to gain 2 pounds in a week or, 7 pounds in a month. And then, okay, then 2 months go by and I've just gained 15 pounds over the last 2.5 months and I feel really awful.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing that we didn't talk about, but, I know that I've had enough years of engaging in holiday events where I've just sort of like had the all or nothing mentality and just sent it on food. And it is a very short-lived pleasure. And it is usually followed by like a lot of physical discomfort, energetic lows, bad sleep, which then leads to the next thing.
Yeah.
Especially if I throw in alcohol to the mix, it leads to just like 3 days of just feeling like garbage. And then usually coping with how I'm feeling by eating more and then also just feeling guilty about it too. It's like, God, I had hoped to just not go through this, but here I am again. Like, and I know that can just really make me miss out on what the holidays are really about, which is like connecting with the people that I'm getting to spend more time with than I might otherwise because we have time off from work or we're taking the time and the space to be together.
Yeah.
It's like I made a decision last couple times we've been down to my brother's for Thanksgiving. I was like, I just want to go and have amazing conversations and really get to know my nieces who are all between the age of 16 and 22. And if I'm like in like a carbohydrate, coma and stupor, and I've just had like 4 glasses of wine, like I'm not talking to them and they don't want to talk to me. I'm just like, just leave me alone. So it's like, what are we here for? What do we want to get out of this? Like, how do you want to feel?
Yeah.
It's like when we wake up on the day after Thanksgiving and we all get together and we want to go for a hike. Like, I want to feel good. I want to feel energetic. I don't want to feel like I'm, punishing myself. Like I have to go for a massive hike to burn off all that. It's like, no, I want to just enjoy that experience. So yeah, making kind of set the mindset for the 2.5 month period. Recognize like, what do you want to get out of these experiences?
Yeah.
Follow the, it's okay to miss a day, but don't make it 2, or it's okay to miss for 2 days, but don't make it 3. And then if you missed a day, make sure the next 3 days are really solid, right? Like it ends up being that kind of trade-off. If you miss a month, then you're going to have to make the next 4 months or 3 months really solid, right? So, minimize how much, how many real days off that you just sort of say F it. Yeah.
And avoid the extremes. Like don't be like, oh, like I overindulge and so I'm going to like fast for 2 days or something.
Right.
Like,
right.
Skip breakfast and then go to Thanksgiving and then just like eat everything. Like, just keep an even keel.
Yeah. And have lots of protein, water, and fiber on the morning of your big meal. If that strategy works for you. And honestly, even in like, you want to get really tactical, you could have like a pretty large serving of like fiber Metamucil before you go eat your meal. That'll fill you up pretty quick. Chug like 16 ounces of water and 2 or 3 servings of Metamucil, and I promise that piece of pie won't look as appetizing. Like, oh, I'm full. I have a big old gut of water and fiber.
That's one way to do it.
Hacks. Hey, they're just hacks. They're cheap hacks. If you need them, God bless you. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for joining us. We'd love to hear from you guys, how your holiday season's going, and if you have any health and fitness related questions as you enter into the final portion of this year. We appreciate you. We love you. See you next week.
See ya.